premier education institutions. The reason was it was based on that vision. How do we convert job seekers to become job creators? So we had these steps across some of the most premier institutions in the country. And we spent a good 15 years, and at that time, I mean, there was no talk about venture capital and angel investment and so on and so forth. It was very different because at that time, the focus was more on creating an awareness about what is on, or why does one actually think about it. And it was a very different era. And subsequently, in the year 2000, of course, post-liberalization, the Department of Science and Technology revamped the program from what was called as the Science and Technology Entrepreneurs Park. They shifted the focus and they started calling it technology business incubators. So today we stand after a good 28 years of government intervention. We have about 60 incubators in the country, which are spread across several sectors. We have incubators which are focused on IT, we have incubators in life sciences, biotechnology, we have incubators in agribusiness, and manufacturing, and so on. So we cover quite a broad spectrum. But for a country of our size and our dimension, we are still way behind as far as incubation is concerned. If you take the United States, for example, there are about 1,000 incubators in the US. The European Union has about 700. Brazil has 400. Korea has 400. And India is still, I mean, assuming you throw STPI also as an incubation facility, then you will be about 100, 125. So we have a long journey to cover as far as incubators in India is concerned. So that is just the point I was trying to make is that this is one of the, I would say, a very pioneering initiative of the government for having set up an incubation program in this country, and I think it's one of the great moves, as we say, by the government. And so, I mean, if you look at an incubator, the first thing that comes to your mind is what a medical incubator does. What does it do? It's a life-saving device. And in the sense that it provides all those vital resources that are required by a premature or a disadvantaged infant to blossom into life. And that is one of the definitions that we would try to give to a technology business incubator also, is that these incubators try and provide those vital support systems that probably enhances the probability of a business to survive. I would not say make it a success, because an incubator starts at the venture stage when, for example, in our case, the process begins when an entrepreneur, a single individual, decides that he wants to become an entrepreneur. He comes to us and he says that I want to start my own venture. So at that stage, we talk about an incubator being able to provide all those life support systems. This is one aspect of the incubator. The other aspect of the incubator, the most difficult one to describe, is the matching of money. And by the mother hand. Now, God only knows what the hand does. Probably the hand itself does not know what it's doing. And with some right amount of temperature, some amount of love, passion, affection, and so on and so forth, and after a period of time, the egg hatches and another life is born. The problem is, what exactly happens during this process is still not known. So that is why today, I mean, when the Department of Science and Technology asked me to give the status report, how many companies we promoted, how many have become successful, we take a lot of claim saying that we have so and so companies, become so and so on. But to be very honest, I don't know what made them succeed. So that's the other aspect of the incubator, is that it is hard to define. Because a lot of people have asked me this question, is that You are running an incubator. So what? There are so many other people who start businesses outside an incubator and still, they become successful. So why should we have an incubator? In fact, that's a question which is posed by the academic fraternity because we are inside an engineering college campus. So most of the academic fraternity can tell तुम कौन से क्या कर रहे हो? Business को कोई भी somebody started. Then they wrote Bill Gates. He started from a garage, right? So why do you need to have an incubator? So it seems to be a valid question. So what I would like to remark is that I would just like to make a small statement about what an incubator is. The way I have understood it, I have been associated with this movement for about 20 years now. And this is my elevator pitch to the entrepreneurs as far as incubator is concerned. See, it's a porous platform. It's a very, very porous platform which brings together all the stakeholders of an entrepreneurial ecosystem. It brings the entrepreneur, mentors, investors, government, industry, academy. The 6 major stakeholders in the entrepreneurial ecosystem come together on a platform which is very porous. And it is that porosity that defines the incubator. It allows an inter-exchange of ideas across these stakeholders, which otherwise are silos. Government operates on its own, industry operates on its own. There are the investors, there is no connect between the investors and the entrepreneurs. There are mentors, but the entrepreneurs don't know there are mentors, and so on and so forth. So the incubator is that platform which brings together all these players and allows the entrepreneur's energy to flow through all these various stakeholders. That, in a simple way, is what the way I have understood it. Now, in India, of course, right now we have incubators in almost virtually all the good institutions. We have IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, then we have REC Trichy, REC Surat, on the top, maybe at the top government institutions. Then IIM Ahmedabad, and then we also have a lot of private sector. In fact, we have more number of private sector incubators than government-run incubators. So we have in the private sector, we have Vellore University, we have PSG, we have JSS, we have a host of others. Now these are all incubators which are housed inside an academic institution, basically engineering colleges or universities. Then we have the other model where we have incubators which are in large technology parks. So we have the Techno Park at Noida, which is Asia's first technology park. Then we have the ICICI Knowledge Park at Hyderabad. And now the Indian Angel Network has its own incubator. So these are the newer model of incubators which are coming up. And most of us pretty much do the same thing. And what do? We do a few small things. And we don't know whether we do it right or wrong. These are the few small things we do. As incubators, we are basically physical space. That's the first thing that we offer to entrepreneurs, the physical space. By offering that physical space, some incubators offer it at no cost in exchange for equity. Some offer it at subsidized rentals. Some offer it